Hey there, I'm Julie Tam, managing broker of LYN Realty in Houston, and thank you for joining me for Smarter Real Estate Weekly on Wednesdays. So today I'm doing part 2 of my 2-part serial squatters video, and today I'm actually smiling. Part 1, I was not smiling. I was angry, I was frustrated and disillusioned at the situation. If you will go back just several weeks ago when I posted the first video and watch that before you watch this video, you will get a lot more out of this video because I went through in a lot of detail what happened. But I'm going to recap just really quickly for those of you who are not going to be going back to watch the previous video, so at least you understand what I'm talking about in this part 2 video. So just to go back, we have a rental home in Cyprus owned by a landlord that we manage the property for. It's vacant, and within a few days after it was vacant, we started going in, our team member and also contractors, to start to do the make-ready work to get the home ready to be put on the market for rent again. And so just as soon as one contractor left and a few days later another contractor was going, that contractor discovered the front door had no lockbox on it, as we had put the lockbox on the front door for our contractors to access. And so that raised a red flag, and we were like, well, what happened to the lockbox? And so someone from our office went out and discovered the lockbox was in fact missing, and then also discovered, to make a long story short, people had moved into the home and were claiming that they were duped, that they had signed a lease. They showed us a copy of this fake lease, which had the wrong person listed as the owner of the property. And they had a rent amount and a deposit amount that they claimed that they paid the scam artist. Well, as it turns out, through one of our Houston Police Department friends' sources, he found out that this person was actually the scam artist herself. She was there with a baby. She said her boyfriend, showed his name, was on the lease, but he was behind bars at the moment. And anyway, so she lied. She concocted this whole story, and she has a history of squatting at homes in multiple states, multiple times, and just keeps getting away with it because of the way our system is. It's not a crime that police can arrest the person on the spot for, which I would think would be trespassing, right? Criminal trespass, and you've broken into our home. Somehow you got the key out of the lockbox, or, because there was no evidence of any broken windows or doors or anything where they just broke into the house. So they got the key out of the lockbox or from someone somehow to be able to let themselves in. And this is happening rampantly across the United States. So it's not just here in Houston or Texas. If you actually just Google squatters, you'll see all sorts of news stories about this in various places and in various situations. Some squatting is where there's a tenant who doesn't belong there anymore and has come back to squat. Some of it is random, like this, where the person just came and doesn't belong there, has never had any connection with us before. We've never heard of these people. And so anyway, when we called police out, they did not arrest these people on the spot, but we did get a report filed for criminal mischief. And so that was a charge. But of course, nothing's going to happen to these people from the criminal side, most likely. Otherwise, the police could have just arrested them then and there. But it was just a report that was taken that we were victimized because our lockbox went missing. So anyway, we went to court. We had an attorney representing us. After the attorney served the vacate notice properly, and then we went to court to get the eviction. But to back up, this woman actually called our office before we sent the vacate notice and tried to file the eviction. She wanted to strike a deal. She said, look, if you pay me $4,000, which is what I paid the scam artist who scammed me, then I will move out right away. And we said, no, absolutely not, because you never paid anyone anything. This is your own concocted lease. You created this. You are a serial squatter. And she's like, no, I'm not a serial squatter, and blah, blah, blah. Well, we know because we have the police records, so, she can lie all she wants. So it's just really unfortunate that she had a baby, because obviously what a great example, what a great lifestyle to be born into, is just squatting from house to house. They move in, they get basically free rent for however many months it takes for them to be evicted. They probably don't pay their utility bill, so they turn on the utility so they can use it, and then they just, stay there until their utilities get cut off. So, they're not paying for any housing expenses, but they're just moving from place to place. But, it's really a horrible lifestyle because these homes, the condition of the home wasn't even that great. The tenant had left a bunch of stuff, the previous tenant. Maybe the tenant actually knew the squatter. Maybe the tenant is the one who got the squatter into the home. Who knows? But anyway, so we did finally get them evicted. This woman was like, it's going to take you 6 months to a year to get me out, so you should just go ahead and pay me so you can get me out faster. It did not take 6 months. It did take a few months, unfortunately. But it so happens that this area is assigned to a precinct where that judge has the longest docket in America. I should say had, because the judge has stepped down since then and there's a new judge on the bench. But I'm probably thinking that they also have the longest docket in America because it's about that area and about the concentration of homes and the number of evictions that are being filed because of the tenants who are, delinquent or being evicted for breaching the lease otherwise. And so that's why the date kept getting pushed back. And also the constable at first had trouble serving this squatter, and then her boyfriend was behind bars, and so serving him was a challenge. I don't know why it would be a challenge. Just go find him behind bars. That's the easiest place to find someone. You know exactly where they are. But whatever. We got them out. We got the writ of possession. And the important thing is, even if a squatter moves out, you want to have that writ of possession. You don't want to cancel the eviction case if you can go ahead and move forward with it. You've already paid for the filing. Just go through and go to court. Because if you don't have the writ of possession, they could just come back and squat again. With the writ of possession, theoretically, you're supposed to be able to tell the police, hey, I got this writ of possession from the court. I've already gone through the court system. You need to arrest them now and get them out now. And so that's what our attorney told us. So anyway, if you have any questions about this or comments or feedback, please definitely feel free to message me or comment below on YouTube or Facebook. And I hope you will like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode of Smarter Real Estate, where I take you on my real estate adventures and also arm you with practical strategies to be a smarter buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord, not a smarter squatter. Squatting is not smart. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.